the transformative power of kindness and forgiveness. In a small, vibrant town nestled between rolling hills, there lived a woman named Clara. Clara was known for her radiant smile and warm heart, but beneath her cheerful exterior lay a deep pain. Years ago, she had lost her younger brother Ben in a tragic car accident. The driver, a young man named Jake, was found to be driving under the influence. The grief that engulfed Clara was profound, but it was the anger toward Jake that weighed heavily on her heart. Clara spent years in a fog of sorrow and resentment. She distanced herself from friends and family, often retreating to her garden where she found solace in nurturing flowers. Her garden was a sanctuary of color and life, but it was also a reflection of her inner turmoil, beautiful on the surface but with a hidden darkness. As the seasons changed, so did Clara's flowers, yet her heart remained stuck in winter. One chilly autumn afternoon, Clara received an unexpected letter. It was from Jake. After years of silence, he wanted to reach out. He wrote about his deep remorse, how he had turned his life around after the accident, and how he had found a new purpose in helping others. Jake had started a program for at-risk youth, aiming to prevent drunk driving and promote responsible choices. He expressed his desire to meet Clara, hoping to apologize in person. Clara felt a storm of emotions: anger, sadness, and confusion. How could he ask to meet her after everything he had taken from her? She crumpled the letter and tossed it aside, but it lingered in her mind. Days turned into weeks, and the letter remained unopened, a silent reminder of her pain. One evening, while tending to her garden, Clara noticed a struggling flower wilting among the vibrant blooms. She knelt down, gently lifting the drooping stem, and it struck her. This flower needed kindness and care, just as she did. In that moment, she realized that if she wanted to heal, she needed to extend kindness and forgiveness, not just to others but to herself. With a newfound sense of purpose, Clara took a deep breath and picked up Jake's letter. After much contemplation, she wrote back. She expressed her grief, her anger, but also her willingness to meet. It was a small step, but it felt monumental. They arranged to meet at a local cafe, a place that held many memories for Clara, both sweet and bitter. As Clara entered, she spotted Jake sitting at a corner table, his head bowed in nervousness. He looked older and wearier than she expected. Clara's heart raced, but she steeled herself and approached. "Clara," he said, his voice barely above a whisper as he looked up, eyes filled with regret. "Jake," she replied, her voice steady yet trembling. As they sat across from each other, the silence hung heavy. Finally, Jake spoke, recounting his life after the accident, the guilt that consumed him and how he had vowed to change. Clara listened, her heart torn between empathy and the scars of her loss. "I never expected to see you again," Jake said, tears glistening in his eyes. "I'm so sorry for what I did. I wish I could change it." Clara's breath caught in her throat. She thought of Ben, of the dreams and laughter that had been stolen from her. She fought against the tide of anger, feeling the warmth of compassion bubbling to the surface. "I don't know if I can forgive you," she finally said, her voice shaky but resolute. "But I know that I can't keep living in this darkness." In that moment, something shifted in Clara. She felt the weight of her anger begin to lift, replaced by a flicker of hope. They talked for hours, sharing stories, tears, and laughter. Clara learned about the impact Jake's program had made, saving countless lives and preventing tragedies similar to her own. As they parted ways, Clara felt lighter, as if a burden had been lifted. She realized that forgiveness was not a gift she bestowed upon Jake, it was a gift to herself. In the weeks that followed, Clara's life began to change. She resumed her relationships, rekindling the bonds with family and friends she had pushed away. She channeled her energy into community work, using her story to raise awareness about the dangers of drunk driving and the importance of kindness. Clara also continued to nurture her garden, which flourished more than ever. Each flower symbolized a lesson learned, a person she had touched, and a new beginning. She often thought of Jake, who continued his work in the community, reaching out to those who felt lost and hopeless. One sunny afternoon, as Clara was pruning her roses, she received another letter from Jake. He had invited her to speak at an upcoming event for his program. Clara felt a mix of excitement and fear. Standing in front of a crowd to share her story was daunting, but she remembered the power of kindness and forgiveness that had transformed her life. The day of the event arrived, and Clara stood on the stage, her heart racing. She shared her journey, her pain, and how forgiveness had set her free. The audience listened intently, some wiping away tears, others nodding in understanding. When she finished, the applause was thunderous, and Clara felt an overwhelming sense of purpose wash over her. From that day on, Clara and Jake continued to work together, spreading their message of kindness and forgiveness. They became friends, united by a shared mission to heal and help others. Clara found joy in her work and a deeper understanding of the human experience, the capacity for pain, love, and the incredible power of forgiveness. Years later, as Clara stood in her flourishing garden, she reflected on the journey she had taken. The flowers bloomed brightly, each one a reminder of the kindness she had chosen to embrace. She smiled, knowing that true healing comes from opening one's heart, not just to forgive others, but also to allow oneself to be free. And so, in that small town, the story of Clara became a beacon of hope, a testament to the transformative power of kindness and forgiveness, proving that even the heaviest burdens could be lifted and hearts could bloom anew.